Money didn't start in a bank. It started as little stamped lumps of metal, electrum, somewhere in western Anatolia. And almost as soon as coins appeared, so did their shadows, counterfeits. The first age of money is also the first age of fraud. Late 7th century BCE in the kingdom of Lydia. Rulers like Aliatas and later Croesus, pronounced Croesus, stamp small oval pieces of electrum, a natural gold-silver alloy. On the front, a lion's head or half-lion rises from the blank. On the back, a rough, punched-in cuse from the die. No numbers, no inscriptions. Value is signaled by weight and the authority behind the stamp. Palace, temple, or royal mint. It's brilliantly simple. You can weigh it. You can hand it over. It carries a recognizable symbol everyone on the market understands. But inside that simplicity sits a built-in weakness. Electrum isn't constant. Nature mixes gold and silver in changing ratios. Two coins can look the same and weigh the same, while one has more gold than the other. The eye can't see that difference. That's the opening for the earliest coin frauds. How do you fake it? Method 1. Doctor the alloy. Melt a batch with more silver, less gold, hit the correct weight, and stamp the lion. From the outside, same color range, same type. Inside, cheaper metal. Method 2. Plating. Ancient foray. Make a core of buzzer metal and wrap or plate it with a thin, goldish skin. With electrum, already a between metal, that deception can hide longer. Add a third move. Underweight planchets. Shave the weight just enough to pass in poor light or in a hurry. In a world before precision scales, the friction of checking every coin becomes the counterfeiter's ally. This wasn't one brilliant villain. It was workshops. Peripheral smiths. Imitators operating along busy trade routes from Sardis, the Lydian capital, out to Ionian port cities. Archaeology turns up off-standard alloys, plated blanks, and crude die copies. In other words, fake production ran almost in parallel with official coinage. The branding helped both sides. A bold lion's head is easy to recognize and easy to mimic. Every strong brand gets counterfeiters. That's true in the 7th century BCE too. Meet the ancient quality control kit. First, the touchstone. Rub the coin on a black stone. Compare the streak's color against known samples. It's a coarse assay of the gold content, good enough to flag bad batches. Second, the file test. A small notch on the edge shows what the core looks like. If the surface is golden but the heart is wrong, that notch betrays it. Third, density and heft. Gold is denser than silver. If the size feels big for the weight or the balance tips wrong, be suspicious. For deeper checks, ancient metallurgists used heat. Early forms of cupellation, heating with lead to separate silver from base metals, could probe alloy truth, though not on every market stall. Later, Greek markets appointed dokimastai, official testers, while in Lydia, palace and temples functioned as guarantors. A stamp was a promise. Breaking it could mean severe penalties. The clever fix to electrum's ambiguity is simple. Get rid of the ambiguity. In the mid-6th century BCE, Croesus splits coinage into separate gold and silver series, the famous crucides. Now value is transparent. Gold is gold, silver is silver. Standards tighten. Dies improve. Visual identity grows richer, making offhand copying harder and riskier. Result? The Lydian solution is copied by the Persian Empire and then by the wider Mediterranean world. Standardization beats the gray zone of electrum, but the lesson sticks. Wherever portable value exists, there's a profit in deception, and a job for the people who catch it. Not all bad coins come from criminals. Some come from governments. Two kinds of harm, two motivations. private counterfeiting, illicit workshops, making plated or off-alloy lookalikes to pass at full value, official debasement, rulers quietly lower precious metal content to stretch the treasury. For the person on the street, both mean the same thing. You get less than you think you're getting. But legally and politically, they're different animals. Lydia saw pressure from both sides, another reason Croesus's reform mattered. It restored clarity. Strip away the lion and the clay molds and you'll recognize the pattern. 1. A symbol of trust, a stamp, a brand, a digital signature. 2. Information asymmetry. Buyers can't see the inside. 3. A temptation to substitute, to keep the margin and pass the risk. Technology keeps raising the bar, from touchstones to X-ray fluorescence, from market testers to cryptographic proofs. The tools change, the logic doesn't. Lydia isn't a museum footnote. It's season 1 of a show that never got canceled. The earliest coins walked into the world with a lion's head and immediately met their doubles. In fighting those doubles, states invented policy, standards, and audit. Money isn't metal. It's a contract of trust. And the first defenses of that contract were hammered out, literally, in Lydia.